Guys, and welcome back to the Statuesque Events YouTube channel. I'm really excited, stepping into the office real quick, but I'm really excited that you guys are here today because I have a really fun topic that was actually requested by one of you. All right, so shout out to Donnell Hicks on our very last wedding trends video. He asked, do you mind making a video that talks about trending wedding music? And I thought, you know what? I might be able to do that. So that's what we're doing today, all right? We're talking about trending wedding music for your weddings this year, all right? Specifically wedding ceremonies. I'm really, really excited to get into it. Okay, well, first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Faisha and I'm the lead planner here at Statuesque Events. We are a wedding planning and event planning company based in the DC metro area. We do weddings for modern multicultural couples, all around the United States. And we just love producing those kinds of events. We also do events for corporations, brand launches, and all that. And we love just showcasing more of those right here on this channel. That's where a lot of these wedding trends come from, just from our work with our clients. And we're really excited to share more about that. Now, in addition to that, I'm a coach to wedding and event planners and wedding professionals. All that information about my accelerator program called Planners Who Profit is linked in the description. So if you're interested in, touching base with us either as your event planner or as your coach, all that information is in the description. All right, so on that note, let's get back to the topic for today. Today we're talking about trending wedding music. And again, we're focusing on the ceremony. Reception music can, for the most part, be party music, right? But we're excited about talking about trends to look out for wedding ceremony music in 2022. Now, I do want to say that for most of our clients, we advise you to pick songs that you love, right? Songs that mean something to you. Anyone who's attending your wedding wants to learn more about you, your taste, your style, and what you like, right? So you really don't need to listen to trendy songs from this year for your wedding. Classic songs work really, really great. But we do have a few rules, right? We don't like to be hyper picky, but we do have a few rules when it comes to picking your wedding music. Now, number one, make sure that the song is actually about love. Like the positive side of love, right? The lyrics matter, and the truth is that there's so many love songs and R&B songs, soft songs out there that are really actually about heartbreak. So make sure you listen to the lyrics, make sure that the lyrics also mean something to you, because you definitely want your wedding to be filled with positivity, good vibes, and we're only talking about love. We're not talking about heartbreaks. We're not talking about, people leaving us, and we're not talking about fear, all right? We're only talking about love. So make sure that that's what is, what the lyrics are talking about in the songs that you're listening to. Now, the second thing when it comes to wedding ceremony music is you want to go with, soft music. With the exception of the recessional, you want to go with something soft, something that really brings everything in, that makes people feel your love. So generally, love songs are great, like I just said in tip number one. And also, if you are a believer, if you, you go to church, you love Jesus, then churchy songs are also great. Christian songs are also really, really great. But even then, you definitely want to probably pick something with a little bit of a slower tempo, not a super fast song for, everybody to come down the aisle to, because it's a loving moment, but it's like you're walking down the aisle to the biggest day of your life, right? So we want to go with something that's a little bit softer and slower. And going on the heels of that tip, you also want to make sure that your recessional is a little bit upbeat, right? So don't pick something that's super slow for the recessional when you exit. What I always tell people is that when you're exiting your wedding ceremony, it should be a party. It should be fun. Like, we want to see fists in the air. We want to see dancing, right? So pick something that's at least a little bit upbeat, something that you can at least do a little two-step to, right? When you're picking what you're going to use for your recessional. And before I go too far, I do want to mention that I'm not able to play the actual music that I'm recommending in this video today. I know, that's sad, but there are a lot of copyright laws and things like that going on YouTube, and generally speaking, you don't want to play other people's copyrighted music on your YouTube channel. However, I am going to be sharing the screenshot of all of the album covers so that you can see that here, and also I've created a playlist with all of my favorite songs, which you can also link to in the description, right? So you can actually listen to the music, have it on standby, send it to your DJ, do all that good stuff with, right? So make sure, I just wanted to set that expectation, make sure you hit the description to actually listen to the songs in a bit, but I want to really briefly explain why I picked each one. The first one is by Mooney Long, and it's called Hours and Hours, and I love this song. I actually first discovered this song right after we planned a wedding earlier this year, and one of my other planners on our team was just like raving about this song, playing it nonstop, and she was the one who was driving and was just blasting it super loud. But this song, it just talks about how you could spend hours and hours with your love. And what else do you want to think about, you know, going into your wedding day, and in most cases on the heels of your honeymoon, where you're going to be spending nothing but hours and hours together, than a song like that, right? So I think this song is a great fit for definitely either you walking down the aisle, or your parents coming down the aisle, or just people coming down the aisle, because it's really a love song, and it's really just about, you know, the two of you together. So I think that's definitely a hot song, and it's definitely one that you're going to hear a lot of this summer, used on reels and used at the actual wedding ceremony itself. So that's definitely a hot pick. Now the next song is by Ed Sheeran, and it's called The Joker and the Queen. And I just want to say that I think Ed Sheeran's music makes it, like, is always popular wedding music. Like, he has so many songs that people love to listen to, either for their first dances or coming down the aisle for wedding music, and he hasn't disappointed. I do believe that The Joker and the Queen is definitely going to be a hot song this year. It's just really beautiful, and who doesn't love Ed Sheeran's voice? I mean, you gotta love it, right? So that's definitely a hot one to look out for, especially for, again, your ceremonies, and even in some cases your first dance. If you really love the song, then I would definitely pick that as well. Now another pick that I have is definitely Essence by Wizkid and Tems. Personally, I do like the Wizkid and Tems version better, the original version the best, but I think either version is a great pick. And you know, this song is it is a little bit upbeat. It's not a super slow song, so it's probably a good fit either for recessional, leaving the ceremony, you know, as you're dancing out and ending the ceremony, or maybe for cocktail hour. It could also in some cases be great for being played before the ceremony starts, you know, just or even during dinner, right? While people are eating, playing a song like this is great, you know, just to keep everybody in that lovey-dovey mood, you know, as they are enjoying your wedding day. So I believe that this song is still going to be trending for the rest of this year. So that's definitely a huge one that I think should still be on the list and still be played this year. And another song that I think is going to be a hot trend this year is going to be Young Blue and Neo, Walk Through the Fire. This is a song that I just stumbled on recently, but I think it's a beautiful song. And I think the lyrics are amazing, right? I'll walk through the fire for you, all of that, it's amazing. So I think that this is definitely a hot pick as well, especially for everybody out there who loves Neo and everybody out there who's a huge R&B fan. Now, like I said earlier, it's really a good idea also to pick older songs that you really like, you know, classic songs that in 10, 20, 15, 30, 50 years from now, you're still going to remember and love from your wedding day. Those are all great picks, right? And if you need some help, you know, a few really common classics that are staples are Canon in D by Pachelbel, Bell, and you might be like, who and what? But it's in the playlist, right? Canon in D by Pachelbel. Bell. It's basically the traditional bridal march, the Here Comes the Bride, and I think that you're gonna love that one, right? When you hear it, you'll know it, you'll recognize it immediately, and it's still a super classic way to walk down the aisle. And last but not least, pun intended, would be At Last by Etta James. It's a beautiful love song. You know, most of us spend so much of our lives waiting and hoping and dreaming and wishing and waiting for our love to find us. And so playing this at your wedding, especially for a first dance, again, welcoming people to the reception, or even coming down the aisle. We had one of our brides play that she was coming down the aisle, and it was like there was not a single dry eye in the room, because we all knew that's how she felt about her love. So At Last by Etta James is a great classic to play as well. All right, so like I said earlier, all of these are going to be in a playlist linked in the description. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you enjoyed any part of this video, if you enjoyed the takeaways, if you enjoyed the playlist, make sure that before you leave, you like this video, okay? You want to tell the interwebs that you enjoy my content, and also make sure you subscribe, because I've got more tips as usual coming your way, and I want to make sure that you don't miss it. All right, so enjoy. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you again in the next video.